Welcome back to Closing Time with Nick El-Tawil. I am once again Nick El-Tawil, and I'm here with my guest today, Brett Secor.
Yep.
Brett, what's going on, man? How are you?
How's it going? Appreciate you having me here.
Yeah, so I know you have a podcast of your own. I have a podcast, and we're just like, let's just freestyle a podcast and see what comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. So mine's called From Death to Success, and long story short, it's about getting people who have had life extraordinary experiences, so like near-death experiences, and have then went on to build successful businesses, successful careers, whatnot, stories after that. And yeah, that's what mine's about. I've only done one so far, though, so yeah.
That's a pretty niche topic. I feel like that's a very personal thing to you.
Yeah.
Did you have a near-death experience?
Yeah, so I was the first podcast on that one, and it's me telling my story, which is pretty crazy. But if you want
Give it to us.
Yeah, so
Give it to us.
The short version is, because it can get way too long, is I broke my entire, basically, rib cage and my sternum wrestling my whole life. I wrestled for 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the way my body was trying to heal was essentially crushing itself to death. And yeah, it took quite a while to figure that out. It wasn't something like, oh, this is what's happening. It's clear as day on an X-ray.
Right, because the bones have to grow back, but if they're growing back in weird ways, yeah.
Yeah, so my story is essentially about how I was in and out of hospitals for 6 years. I was down 140 pounds. I'm like 190 now. And I went to build my business essentially in the hospital because I couldn't work for a W-2 employer anymore and needed to find a way to work from home so I can still go see the doctors that I wanted to see and also get either the specific health insurance I needed or just essentially be able to actually travel to go see these doctors. Even if it was out of pocket, I had to figure it out. So the only way I could do that was have my own business because at the time no one was working from home. That wasn't a thing. That was back in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. When I started in real estate, I was like, wow, it's such a flexible job. I can go out, do stuff during the day. I'm not chained to an office. Then other people got to work from home. And I'm like, shit, I actually have to go out and show properties and meet clients. Maybe working from home would have been sweet. But now they're all going back to the office. So at the end of the day, I like the balance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could ever go back, honestly. Now that I've worked from home and I've learned how to manage my time and make it efficient.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Yeah. You gotta be careful though, because if you have distractions around you, it can easily eat up some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does it a lot, I'd say, most of the time. Yeah. So I'm at a point now where I have employees and I have a GM that kind of help keep me on track. I've hired people in place to take on the leadership roles that they do a really good job. So it kind of keeps me in a free space and gives me the ability to think and allow my ADHD to flourish. So that's good.
The ADHD is key for entrepreneurs because you'll be doing one thing and then you just do something else. My desk is the messiest desk of all time, but people who are intelligent tend to have a lot of scattered thoughts and a lot of different things going on at once.
We know where it all is. It's not messy.
Right. You know where it is.
Yeah.
You know your system. Our first real estate company I worked for, the guy who ran the brokerage was so anal about everyone's desk being super clean. And I just don't think he was a super smart dude.
Yeah.
But he worked very hard.
Yeah.
Successful guy.
Yeah, you can always tell someone's intelligence by how clean their desk is. They're not very intelligent if they're very clean.
Yeah, and he was very anal about it. It's just he did. There wasn't much going on, right? It was it was all, spick and span every time.
Yeah.
And I'm much more of a freestyle.
Yeah.
Give and go kind of guy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had a messier desk. I mean, even when I worked in a W-2 office, but. I mean, imagine real estate. Do you get a lot of paperwork? Most of the stuff done online, or what?
So I have been doing all of my own paperwork for the past 2 years or so.
Okay.
I've been raw dogging it. Most agents don't do that, but I wanted to make sure I went through the ringer and learned all the situations and handled them all myself, because this isn't out yet, but I will be representing Side Real Estate as their managing broker in Arizona.
Nice, man.
So I will have staff for that when I'm with Side.
Yeah.
But past 2 years, just raw dogging it.
So you'll have I guess the people doing the legal aspects of the paperwork and.
Yeah. So I'm the last line of defense. If the lawyers and the staff and all them can't handle something, then I have to step in.
Yeah.
But hopefully it never gets to that point.
Yeah.
And with only, 5 agents right now, I don't think we're at any risk of that.
Yeah.
But as we recruit more people, we will.
Nice. What's the goal? What's the goal with that? Are you trying to get other real estate firms like underneath your belt, or is it try to take one and help them grow?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd bring agents on. We'd want to keep the vibe similar to like how we are at Empire.
Yeah.
Because DeAndre and Morgan, they're also, side partners.
Got it.
So me, DeAndre, and Morgan, we're kind of younger. We're more fun. We're not like those old stuffy guys. And obviously, Ed being Ed, he's young too. He's only 40.
Yeah.
For a founder of a company that size, it's huge.
Got it.
So I think getting that vibe
Yeah.
and similar types of personalities is going to be the most important thing at first.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's kind of like half the game is like being able to find the people who are interested in you. And a lot of your clients are probably not looking for that more old school mentality. So if you bring that like young energy, that should do well.
Yeah, I was with Jensen the other day. We were just filming this guy's house. It's not even publicly for sale, but the guy just wanted a video.
Yeah.
So he could show girls and pick them up at the bar. Like,
Yeah.
I want to show off my sweet house. It was like, all right, good content for me.
Yeah.
We're going to sell it one day, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny how people's tastes change over time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about your business.
Yeah, so I own a few different companies, but primarily my main source of revenue is a company called Cannonball Recruiting. So Cannonball Recruiting was formed in 2020.
That's his email.
Yeah,
That's where I sent the calendar invite.
One of my emails. Yeah. So Cannonball Recruiting I formed in 2020. It is a blue-collar skilled trades recruiting firm for both construction and manufacturing. That is like 90% of our focus. We do tend to have some other divisions in there as well, accounting and finance. We do have...
Sorry to cut you off, but just explaining that idea to me, like
Yeah.
hiring contractors and stuff, that is a genius idea, and it's no wonder you were successful with it.
I appreciate that. So, yeah, so I learned from another firm first. So I worked for a very large firm. They're one of the largest privately held ones in the country. And did that for 4 years before starting my own thing. I worked my way up in the company as far as in the recruiting chair, learned how everything worked on the recruiting side, and then in time I also learned how the sales side worked. When all the health stuff came on, I basically said, I can't work in this office anymore, so I need to figure out how to do this. So I put in it was like a 4 or 5 months notice into the company I was working at the time, and they let me work that out, and essentially during that time I was kind of figuring out like what my ground, like what the steps were to build my company. So I left after 5 months. I actually worked for another really small company at that time, took a huge pay cut, went from like $200,000 a year down to $50,000 a year to learn how to operate a small business, essentially. Worked at that company for 6 months. After 6 months, I realized I was just building out my non-compete more with another company. So after 6 months, I put in a 2 weeks notice, and then I started Cannonball Recruiting. We started on a credit card of like $20,000 in debt, and within 2 months we were out of debt, and I had my first employee. So it was good. It was right in the middle of the pandemic because it was literally June of 2020 when I actually like opened up the company and started being operational. And by January of 2021, we were bringing in more money than I had ever made in my life. So it was good. It was a good 6 months. That was realistically our time frame.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, appreciate
and that's
it.
a very short time frame.
Yeah. It was. We knew what we were doing, and I knew that I had done it for now 2 companies, right? So when I did it for the larger company, it was okay. Well, they have lots of steps and processes. This is easy to follow. Can I do this without all this kind of groundwork laid out? So then when I went to the smaller company, they really had nothing. They didn't. I was the expert in the room for that company, even though they had been in business for 15 years. What I was used to doing with the larger company just completely like blew away this smaller company. So when I went to the smaller company, I did it again as a W-2 employee, and then I was like, all right, I got to leave. I had got their biggest client for them in 6 months. They had been in business for 15 years. I was like, I can't keep doing this. So I left, started my own thing, and then from there it was like, I knew what I was doing. So taking out a $20,000 credit card debt essentially wasn't really a concern to me.
Yeah.
It was just a necessary step.
There's a legendary real estate broker in New York. His name's Bob Knackel.
Okay.
He sells commercial, so not same business as me, but every broker knows him. He started his company in the 80s, and he said he lived 10 years on credit cards. and he got up to as high as $200K in credit card debt
Yeah.
in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
It's like,
Million and a half now.
yeah, $1.5 million now.
Yeah.
But he sold his company for $100 million in 2014.
Damn.
So
It's a matter of sticking to it.
Yeah, it's a matter of sticking to it and just doing the work. You
Yeah.
have to know what you're doing is going to work, and that only comes from having success prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big believer in that. My thing is like, I think most people are actually really good at skills that they just simply don't have enough trust in themselves to do. And I think that's really what differentiates most of business owners is it's like we're not that great necessarily at what we do. It's just that we're better at taking risks.
Yes.
Like,
That's really what
we're
it is.
just actually willing to say, well, if this goes wrong, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of like, it's kind of like putting all your eggs in one basket in a sense. It's like, I'm going to put everything I can into this because if I don't, then I fail. And
Right.
if I fail, then I'm going to get back up and figure it out again. That's what makes you a successful entrepreneur. If you don't and you just fail, well, then unfortunately, that just makes you a failed business owner and you probably get back in the W-2 workspace. So, yeah.
Yeah. When I left New York, obviously, like, the real estate business doesn't move with you.
Yeah.
So coming back here, I was going to have to start over. I was really considering getting a job, like really considering it, but I dropped out of college to sell real estate. Like,
Yeah.
I'd never done anything else professionally. It was a no-brainer in hindsight, but I was really feeling that. Like,
Yeah.
I want to just, have a job. I don't want to keep doing this thing all over again. Now look at me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how is the real estate thing going? Like, are you still focusing on like the selling the house portion, or are you focused on more of the brokerage, or is it both right now?
So brokerage is selling houses.
Got it.
It's residential brokerage is like selling homes that people live in.
Okay.
That's tends to be the most expensive thing that anyone will ever buy.
Okay.
Commercial real estate is where it can be more expensive, but the commercial real estate market's very niche.
Yeah.
There's only 99.9% of people will never think about commercial real estate in their lives.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a very small segment of the market, and those deals have a lot of
Just who
different
you know,
parties
right?
involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like, there'll be 10 brokers on a deal and attorneys and this and that for a large commercial deal. Whereas in residential, you sell a $20 million house, you could be the only agent on that deal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's it's a lot more. So, and to get it straight, so you have the brokerage side, which allows other realtors to work under your license.
Yes. So I am currently a broker, and I'm moving my license over to Side here very shortly.
Okay.
And I'll be their managing broker, which is really just a fancy title. But basically, my job will be to recruit other agents in addition to
Nice.
also selling real estate
Got it. Okay.
and growing my own team.
And then you make your fee on anything that goes through that brokerage essentially because of the licenses attached to it. So
Not
you,
DeAndre and Morgan.
so you want a good team. You want a good set of realtors underneath you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not all about the money, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would rather work with people I like. And that sounds so, like, corny, a real estate guy saying that.
Yeah.
It's not all about the money. It really is enjoying your life and,
Yeah.
waking up every day and being like, yo, I love the people I get to be around. And I think that is worth a lot more.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
you can't have that unless you also make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
a
a
balance.
nice balance, yeah.
Yeah, it's a balance. It's kind of like, you're in the people business at the end of the day, and you really can't make money in the people business unless you're doing the right things. I mean, you can if you're lying, you're fraudulent. That's not you. But for the most part, if you're doing the right things in a people business, I feel like you're going to make money. It's just how it works, unless you're charging the lowest fee in the market. But yeah, no, that's a cool concept. And so when did that all launch?
So I signed the paperwork, but I haven't moved my license over. So by the time this airs, I might officially be Side's managing broker
Nice. Nice.
for Arizona.
Yeah.
For Arizona.
Any plans to grow any further out?
Personally, that would be a long ways out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just depends. Like, I would love to have a summer house in Orange County, and obviously, if I have that summer house,
Yeah.
I would get my license out there, and I would, I would know people out there, and
Yeah.
stuff would naturally come to me. But it's not like something I'm dead set on.
What's the 5-year goal for the business? Like, where are you trying to be with the business?
Well, I'd like to have at least well, let's call it 15 teams.
Damn.
15 team leaders.
Okay.
Right now it's 2.
Yeah.
Me and DeAndre and Morgan.
Yeah. Damn. I'm excited to see that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Is that what a typical brokerage is around here? Is about that size?
No, a typical brokerage would be like 1,000 agents.
Ouch.
And then, 90% of them don't do anything, or they sell their own house once a year, or once every couple of years.
Just to save money on the fees?
Yeah. So this is very different from a typical brokerage.
Yeah.
Side is like their average sales per agent is by far the highest of any other brokerage, because they only look for people who are actually doing this full time and actually committed to it, treating it like a career, rather than just, oh, we'll hire anybody who has a license because they're 1099 contractors, we don't have to pay them.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Okay. I almost did the real estate thing about a year ago. I signed up with like Keller Williams or whatever and got like the scholarship, but then I decided
Why would you
I wasn't
do that
gonna
to
do
yourself?
it.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I was like, you know what? It'll be a good thing just in case. And it was during the tariff, so it wasn't even a year ago. It was only back in March. I never ended up doing it. I did like the practice test and got the scholarship, then I did the actual test.
Yeah, especially with the way everything's trending, like, Side doing what they're doing and only looking for full-time agents. And then with the transactions down, a lot of those part-time agents are just not renewing their license.
Yeah.
If you're not like really, really committed to it right now, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's got to be
Yeah,
like
no, I
your
would
life.
not. I would not have been committed to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not the case for me. So.
You could always invest in deals.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, throw 50, 100K into a commercial deal or a residential flip.
Yeah.
My buddy Casey, who's a lender, like he owns like 8 properties that are just rental income, passive. Like those 8 properties alone could fund his lifestyle.
Yeah.
But then he also invests his extra funds into flips with another agent.
Yeah.
And he'll throw like 100, 200K and come back with 50% in a few months.
Yeah. And the investment side for me right now, I've been just looking at anything blue collar. Like, if I could find anything blue collar business that's looking for investments and I can look at their books and see that they have a good team and good management, that's where the money's at right now.
Are you buying businesses?
Not necessarily buying businesses. I wouldn't say I have the capital for it yet unless I did like an SBA or something or.
Jensen was doing that.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, if you can do it, great. And I probably could realistically, but also the reality is most of the capital that I have right now, it just makes sense to put in my own company. It's going to do better on a return on investment. But if I come across the right deal where someone's like, hey, I'm trying to grow a plumbing company, I've already have 2-3 guys in charge, and I need to grow from 10 people to 30 people, like those.
Have you met George Stark?
Yeah. I've talked to George about it. George knows I'm on George's radar with this stuff. And that's my thing is I like building teams. So it's like if I could find a company that's looking to grow a blue collar business that I know can't be replaced with AI, which is pretty much all of them, can't be replaced with AI anytime soon.
Real estate contractors, stuff like that, yeah.
Masonry, carpentry, roofing. Like
electricians.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mainly on the commercial side because the residential side is so flaky. But if I find one of those businesses and they need a cash injection and I can provide that at that time, then that's what I'm looking for. It's just I think it's the best return on investment you can get right now. Everything's going to grow. Like all these, like I feel like from homes to commercial properties, everything is getting more efficient from the engineering side and the design side because of AI. But what's not is the blue collar side. So like that, it's got to grow. It's like, well, we can provide enough houses to grow faster, even if the money's not there from like the economy. They're still able to design and build these houses faster from like a GC standpoint. And now it's just physically up to the labor people. And that's whether it's a house, it's a warehouse, any projects regarding like rehabilitation or any restoration projects. It's pretty much everything. It's just relying on the blue collar people now. So I'm like, if I find that stuff to invest in, that's where I'm trying to put it into.
I like it. I think it's smart.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking about that when I got into real estate. I was just like a dumbass 22-year-old. But yeah, it really is something that's irreplaceable because it's a physical asset in the physical world. It's not the internet. It's not your tech stocks. It's not AI is going to take your job, any of that. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good investment right now.
Yeah.
That's why the recruiting company makes sense because I'm hiring people for other companies. I'm billing them for it, helping them build their companies. And as they build more, then they need more of the people that I've provided usually. So yeah, I think it's a great investment right now, especially with just the way everything's going.
This is not an investment offering. if the SEC is watching, just FYI.
I didn't mention any specific companies.
Wait, do you take capital from people right now?
No. I would consider it in certain circumstances, but like we're not short on capital. We get like our payroll funding just because our payroll isn't like huge. We have like 40 people on payroll sometimes. So
Is that a nightmare?
No, because I have a really solid process. Like I have a full back office team who takes care of like all of compliance, taxes, insurance, workers' comp, everything.
Yeah.
I don't really have to blink an eye. So every week we'll have anywhere from as low as we've had like 3 or 4 contractors on our books up to, I think the most we've had is like 35, almost 40. I don't think we've ever actually had 40 on the books. And they take care of everything. I just send them the time cards from our clients and take care of everything else. But yes, it is a nightmare for them. Yeah, it's a nightmare for them.
I've avoided hiring employees as an indie broker because I didn't want to deal with the taxes and all that shit.
Yeah.
And all the legal requirements. Oh, I can't do this, we can't do that. 1099 contractor, I don't have to pay you.
Exactly.
I don't have to take anything out of your taxes.
Yep.
Just do it.
Yeah. No, it's a pain, but that's a lot of why we're in business. Like companies will hire us because they don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
So they're like, they're trying to expand their teams, and they're like, hey, we don't want to deal with all the workers' comp that comes with this. Plus, the people that turn over in blue-collar jobs is very high. So, they might hire us to fill 20 positions, but by the time we actually get to 20, we might have actually went through 30 or 40 people. And all those 30 or 40 people need to be onboarded. They might fall off. There might be workers' comp issues, unemployment issues that they then have to pay into. So it's just easier when they outsource it. It might cost them a little bit more money, but it might cost them a lot less time.
Yeah, and time is money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Do you ever have to deal with unemployment? I mean, you mentioned it, but...
Yeah. Not me specifically. I used to when they used to be
Yeah.
on my books. So now I outsource it to a company who just does the whole thing for me and charges me a really small markup, like 2%. So I don't have to internally have the person to handle all that. But yeah, like when it comes to unemployment claims, there's a lot of stuff you have to deal with like the courts, with the IRS, with the state, with just a little bit of everything that I am not a professional in doing that paperwork. So that's why I outsourced it. Because I could bring someone inside, but I'm still liable. If I outsource it to a company, they do everything. So when a company hires my company, it's essentially 3 parties. So we have the payroll company who handles all the liability and everything. And then there's us. And we're more of just the recruiting firm. So kind of act like a brokerage, I guess you can say in a way. We kind of, we broker out the liability and everything else. And then the recruiting side, we do ourselves. So that's the way the vertical works.
You're a people broker.
Yeah.
You're brokering people.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
I mean, technically I am too. They call it real estate, but 90% of my job is just talking to people.
Yeah.
And then the other 10% is actually knowing stuff about the property and the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much would you say relationship building is in real estate?
It's 95% of it, if not 98% of it.
Yeah.
So you can know everything about real estate. And I have knowledge that I'll probably never use again because I had such niche specific knowledge in New York City. So I have shit that I'll never be able to use again. And it doesn't get me anywhere.
Yeah.
Because out here you just have to know people.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always putting myself out there, doing this content with Jensen, the podcasts. The more people see me, the more familiar they are, the more they trust me.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, social media is the way to go. It's putting your face out there and just building a brand of any kind right now, I feel like if you don't have it, it's who are you? Unless you have your own Google review page or website with a bunch of Google reviews, it's kind
Those
of
are
tough.
fake now.
A lot of them are.
Fake.
Ours aren't. No, ours aren't, but yeah, they are.
I got a 1-star review. I have 2 1-star reviews from people who never even worked with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like some hater just saw me and just commented and left a 1-star. I'm like, so I think at the end, like the actual seeing you as a human being is what translates more than like, oh, you're rating on this or that.
Yeah,
at least for a real estate agent, because it's a very personal thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I could see that. That's what my whole business is built on. Without people, there's literally nothing. They don't care. Everything we have to provide has to do with people. So if we don't do that, we just don't succeed.
Mm-hmm. That's why you belong here at Empire.
Yeah, love this place.
So you've only been here since, what was it?
July.
July?
Yeah.
So when you were getting your real estate license in March, that was back in Utah?
Yeah, I didn't even go through with the actual test. I just did like the practice test or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I got past the practice test. I just did whatever was necessary for Keller Williams to say, hey, here's your scholarship. And then that was it. Once the tariffs hit, because I have another company, I have a camping company. And when the tariffs hit, those things got crushed. I had like a bunch of campers that were on their way, and what was supposed to be a $30,000 investment turned into a $50,000 investment overnight. I was like, well, I should start figuring out another backup plan in case everything goes south. So that was when I applied for the scholarship for the real estate license. And then a couple months later, the tariffs and the economy kind of switched around really quickly. The recruiting side, because of the tariffs, went up because we recruit a lot in the steel industry. So even though the camping business was going down, the recruiting business was going up. So as the steel tariffs picked up overseas, steel was being brought back domestically. And that's all my clients. So we saw some of our clients go from hiring maybe 10 to 15 people that year to saying, no, we're hiring 30 to 40 people this year. So, and that would happen across 2 to 3 different clients. And then, yeah, we saw the benefits of that.
Did you know anybody when you moved here to AZ?
No, I knew no one.
I love it. I love it. And then you just stumbled upon this place?
Yeah. So I think I was at a Sip Coffee and Bar over here. And someone had mentioned that they were going there later in the day. I was like, what is that place? They're like, oh, it's the place right over here. And I was like, interesting. And she had said, I don't even remember her name, but she was like, they do like social hours and stuff. I was like, really? I was like, the place seems like it's closed down. Because at the time, there wasn't really like as much signage. It was very brand new. That was May of last year when I was visiting.
Oh, okay.
And I just didn't know.
Yeah, it was empty when they first opened.
Yeah.
Like, I'd come here during the day and nobody was here.
Yep.
I just come and talk to Logan, basically.
No, so then I signed up. I came and visited, and Logan showed me around. He was super nice, and I was like, "Oh, it's a great co-working space." I didn't know about the whole like social atmosphere. I didn't realize how like tight everyone was. But again, that was back in May of last year. So I came like 3 or 4 times, brought my dog a couple times, and I was like, "This is odd. Like no one's really talking." But then when I moved back in July, everyone was like family, and I was like, "This is a whole different vibe than what I thought." Because it was around July time frame when I started. I actually just went to the first social hour on Friday. I was like, oh, wow, there's like 30 people here who know each other.
Yeah.
And it's only grown since then, so yeah.
Yeah, I think when they first opened, it was like a lot of the guys' friends would come just for like a party just to help make it seem fun. That's actually how I stumbled upon it. It was like my buddy Casey came here with me just for a drink, and then we went with Ed and Roth to a charity event.
Yeah.
And like I didn't even know this was a thing or a co-working space or anything, but I had just started my company and left the brokerage I was at, so it was like perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I signed up right away. I'm like, these guys are solid. But yeah, it wasn't like a consistent core group of Empire members. It was like party people.
Yeah.
But now you show up, you see the same people every day.
Yeah.
And you're all working together.
People are working, people are talking. And it's funny because I'm not used to anything like this. So
this is rare.
Yeah.
This is a rare thing.
Only a few months ago, so before July, I was used to having a conversation with someone about business, and I always had this like pressure in my head of like, okay, we should probably like get off of this topic of conversation because this person's getting bored. And that doesn't happen here because it's just what you do. Like we just talk about business, and I'm not used to that. So still my mind kind of resorts to that. I'm like, but then I have to remind myself, I'm like, oh wait, no, we're here to do this. Like that's why we're actually here, is to network, and this is completely normal. But everywhere I'd lived in my entire life, like that was not a thing.
Yeah. In New York, it was just work all the time. When you go out with your work friends.
Yeah.
And then
talk about work.
And still talk about work.
Sometimes, yeah.
Still talk about work.
Yeah.
But I've had to like dial it back, especially when I'm like training agents. Like right now I'm training Fritz on a deal, and I have to tell myself, if I see Fritz tonight, I'm not going to bring up real estate at all.
Yeah.
It still slips out sometimes. But I don't want to like overload him while he's still learning stuff.
Yeah.
Like, dude, do you ever stop? Like,
yeah.
If I'm talking about real estate at 9 o'clock at night on a Friday, like, maybe this is too much for him. Like,
yeah. It depends on your audience.
Right,
like,
right.
Turning on, turning it off. Like,
actually, Fritz is great with it. He loves talking real estate. So I could probably not do that with him, but for like newer people,
Yeah.
you got to be careful. Like you don't want to show them, hey, unless you're working at 9 o'clock on a Friday, you won't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it's great. It's like you could be talking to someone about AI and developing a program, and then like 5 minutes later, there's like two guys who know how to do it, telling you that they can help you out with the project.
I think I've seen that exact situation play out.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy because like you can come up with an idea, and then like 10 minutes later, you're talking to people who can actually help you run with the idea. Not used to that.
Yeah.
Utah, I had no one. Everyone was older there. They already had super established businesses that they were like retiring from, not businesses they were trying to grow or cared about new ideas. I just didn't meet people like that. And then in Pennsylvania, I mean, people just hate talking about work there. It was just, I mean, it just wasn't a thing. Like that's all people do is work, so they don't want to do anything when they're not working.
It's a boring life.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No.
If you don't love what you do, I think that just sucks the joy out of what you spend most of your time doing.
Yeah. Especially when you're working most of your life,
Yeah.
not enjoying it. That's it's kind of a rough thought. Yeah. And for me, like I said at the beginning, like I was in and out of hospitals for 6 years, so like I didn't really have the luxury of doing anything but working and going to the hospital because I had to pay for those bills. So now that I can do these things again, now that everything's fixed up and I had the surgery that I needed, working's like secondary. Like the first priority is being able to provide for myself in a way that I don't have to work all the time. So, yeah, I don't know how people do it. It just, to me, it's very.
My brain doesn't stop.
Yeah.
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 I just can't turn it off. It just keeps going.
That's how it is for me. I think it's the ADHD.
It's the ADHD for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Get on Adderall, kids, is what we're saying. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Ask your doctor about that. Well, Brett, we're coming up on 150 here.
Yeah.
You got anything else for us today?
No. I think we're good.
This is an awesome conversation.
Yeah.
Brett Secor, everybody. He survived his surgery. He built a successful business. Check out his podcast. What's the IG page?
It's From Death to Success.
From Death to Success.
Yeah.
See you guys.